Okay, I'm working on my 2004 Dodge Durango here. Going to be replacing this high pressure AC, the discharge or the liquid line here. And I've already got the replacement over here. We'll take a look at that. Okay, and here's the replacement line. Important that you get the right one for the right year. They are a little bit different through the years. This is where our pressure sensor is going to go. This end is going over to the condenser, and this curved end is going to go to the compressor. It's got the O-rings. It also has these other seals, like I guess a backup or whatever that goes on there. So it's very common for the high pressure lines to start leaking. Just from experience, a lot of times this is the number 55107 for the 2004 with the 5.7 liter Hemi. Now, I said you'll just have to check your vehicle. If you got the 4.7, they're going to probably be different. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the vehicle over here. Okay, we'll come over here with the hood up. If you look right behind here, you'll see the high or the low pressure, port. And you should have a cap on there. This one's missing. Over here is going to be your high. So these are very easy to get to. You'll notice this is where the curved end is going into the compressor. We got one 13 millimeter. Here's where our switch is hooking in. And it just curves around. And then we have one clip here, and then it has a 13 millimeter going into the condenser right there. So make sure that you do have it vacuumed out before you get started on this, and wear safety glasses. Even if you know that it has been vacuumed out, wear safety glasses before you go to removing any of these lines. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to start with this clip is broke, so you normally would pick up on it and push it back, and these are really like to stick. We'll go ahead and push that off of there, and I think we'll go ahead and unclip this. That's going to have to lift up and out of there, and we're going to go ahead and get us a 13 millimeter over here. These shouldn't be really tight. Okay, so start removing this line. I've got a 1/4 inch drive with a 13 millimeter on here. These shouldn't be just terribly tight. I do have a deep socket because it has a little bit of a studded end on it there. And I'm just going to go ahead and start taking this loose right here. And that is loose. And we can just spin it on off there with our finger here. Now, before I pop that off, I'm going to just go ahead and get on the other end. Like I said, we've already got our connector, 4-prong connector, popped off of the sensor, and then this here is loose. We're just going to get right back here. It's very easy to get back here with this little small 1/4 inch drive. And we'll go ahead and break that loose. And just like that, I've got that loose. And so we'll go ahead and spin that off of there. Now, it doesn't matter which end we remove first. I'm going to go ahead and start wiggling that out. And the air you're hearing there is from when the pump is running. This thing has been evacuated, but it will get a little bit of suction on it for whatever reason. So we're going to go ahead and pop up this end. And the O-rings, everything still look pretty good. Now I want to show you, we get this over here to the bench, just where I noticed this leak at. Okay, what I have here is a black light. You can get these at any part store. They also come in a small different shape, but I ordered this. I've got a couple more that look a little bit thinner and different this, but it's just a black light. They do have some special glasses that come in a little kit, but I was checking along this line, and when I got up to the end that's curving into where it's going into the compressor, I noticed it underneath coming from where this crimped area is right in here. So it's just underneath. I was getting a lot of residual of that glow charge coming from underneath there, that dye. So you got to check all along these lines, and this is the only area that I noticed. So I can't say 100%, but I know that this is leaking. So if I've got any other leaks anywhere else, I'm going to have to fix this and check it again. But I'm hoping that this is going to do the trick. So anyways, we've said we located that leak. You got to wait till it's pitch dark to be able to check it. We'll do a quick comparison of these lines, and they do look to be exactly the same here. If you can get a good look at them here. And that's the main thing, is that they match up, so it's going to go back on without a hitch. Now we're going to just take I'm going to take a wrench, or a small crescent wrench, and I'm going to go ahead and get on this sensor here. And this shouldn't be just terrible tight, and I've got it loose. I'm going to go ahead. Let me just get in here and show you what I'm doing. So we're just turning this, and that's got a Schrader on it. However, don't ever assume that that thing's going to be working. So again, have safety glasses if you do replace that. Now this little O-ring stays there. The new one will have its own little O-ring on it though. Okay, so for our new line, we'll just take the little protective cap. Now I've got some clean Padge oil. We're going to put a little bit of that on that O-ring. We're going to put that all around that, so that'll help seal that. And then we're just going to go ahead and thread this right back and on here. And then we'll just finish tightening that down a little bit with our little crescent here. And that's good. Okay, and the same for these. We're going to take these little caps off here, and we're going to go ahead and take and put some clean oil on these O-rings here. I'm going to do that on both ends, because we got the O-ring on the other end there as well. So go ahead and put a good little amount of oil all around that O-ring on both sides. Okay, now that we've got the O-rings, I got oil on those, we're going to go ahead and get it hooked up here to the compressor and back onto the condenser here. Okay, I'm just getting ready to put the end on the compressor, and I'm just lining up the little gasket. Push that down in there firmly, and then I'll go ahead and get that nut started on. And here's the 13 millimeter. We're just going to get that started on there. Go ahead and secure that into place. Feels pretty tight. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and work our other end up here into place, where that just kind of wrapped around that. So straighten up that gasket. I'm going to pop it down onto this, and then we're going to slide it right onto that. I may have to get back here with my other hand and slightly lift up on this back end as I'm lining that up, because it's wanting to kind of get into a bind there. Okay, so I had to straighten that up a little bit. Now I'm going to firmly push that. You don't want to try to go in crooked. Firmly push that into place. We'll just verify that it's setting down. I feel that it's sitting down nice and flat. We'll go ahead and take our 13, and this little 1/4 inch works good because it fits in here just right, because you don't have a lot of room with the fuse box there. And a 1/4 inch drive will get it plenty tight. Okay, so we got that secured down, nice and flat. Now we'll go ahead and just reconnect this connector. Goes to the little notch up. We said this little clip's broken. Push it on there just like that all the way. Okay, so now we're just going to have to get some vacuum on here and ensure that we don't have any leaks or anything, but that's going to do it for replacing this line here. Okay, so that's going to do it for replacing this high pressure line, this discharge or liquid line here. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. As always, I invite you to subscribe. Thanks for watching.